Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at these units, guys. And save your questions for the end. We can talk about it a little bit more. Save your questions and thoughts for the end here. So it looks like somebody's gonna went ahead and data mine this. This is by IslandGrown. So shout out to IslandGrown. Thank you for putting this together. So we got the first monsters here. They are the Chakram Shaman. Alright. So you have the Chakram Shamans and you have the Boomerang Warrior. Let's go ahead and take a look at Talia, the Water Chakram Shaman here. Basic skill is for all of them are going to be the same. Attack the enemy 2 times. Deal more damage when the enemy's HP is low. Attacks together with Boomerang Warrior during her turn if she's included in the allied team. So if you're using both, right? If she moves, you move, right? So that's pretty nice. You do more damage when the enemy's HP is low, alright? So it's depending on this multiplier, it's an okay skill, right? It's an okay basic. It doesn't do anything. We get no debuffs from this. We don't get any debuffs. We don't get any strip. Nothing crazy from this first skill at all. Yeah, very basic, to be honest. Spirit focus skill number 2. Remove all harmful effects granted on yourself and increase your attack power for 2 turns. You instantly get a turn after using this skill. So it's a self-cleansing attack buff. A lot of people were discussing about this and really saying that it's very similar to what assassins have currently, right? Assassin, of course, doesn't cleanse, but the assassin's able to buff and gain another turn. The assassin buffs with attack buff and crit rate buff. In this essence, you're able to remove any, harmful effects on you. Maybe a defense break, a glancing, an attack down, attack speed slow, and you're gonna give yourself attack buff, right? Interesting, and you're gonna be able to move again, obviously, with that attack buff to attack, right? Most likely using this third skill here, which is going to be Deadly Dance. Attack an enemy, so it's a single target skill 2 times, and the damage dealt to the enemy with half or less HP increases by 50%. Okay, interesting. The damage that Boomerang Warrior inflicts on the target increases by 50% when they're attacking together. Okay. Okay, so it's a heavy damage unit. So Talia looks like it's gonna be an attack type unit. I don't see anything crazy about her. I think she's gonna be great for like offensive use, whether it's for fun in arena, for usage in Guild Wars and Guild Siege, but nothing too nuts about it. Okay, Shayna, same basic skill here. Second skill is gonna be different here. Chakram Crush. Attack all enemies with Chakram 2 times and stun them for 1 turn with 30% chance. Solid, pretty solid. So I can already see this unit potentially being rooted on Despair, having a higher chance to stun, as well as questions are, if you skill up Shayna, will she get higher chances to stun? More than 30% chance, right? 2 times, so on average you expect to stun 60% of the time. You're not supposed to add it, but in essence, right? So maybe rooting with Despair has a better chance to stun. She has a passive skill, okay? Decrease the enemy's defense for 1 turn with every attack. And the attack bar of the enemies granted with harmful effects will be decreased by 15%. Interesting. Skill 1 is a basic skill that hits 1 unit that you can defense break for 1 turn, as well as reduce their attack bar if they have harmful effects on them. Interesting. While having a skill 2 that AoE stuns, as well as puts defense break. Oh, okay. AoE stun. It's like a contingent lure, right? Lure puts defense break, right? For 2 turns though. Lure reduces the attack bar for a set amount. This one is more contingent on how much harmful effects they have, but you're gonna be able to stun with Chakram Crush on skill 2. That's actually pretty interesting. TOA unit for sure. In terms of viability and PvP, has some potential. If this is an HP type monster, some unit out there that has decent base stats, you can expect this monster to be pretty decent. I actually like this monster, and I'm looking out for this one, Shayna. Let's go on to the win one here. Melissa, skill 1's the same. Skill 2, attack the enemy 2 times, decrease defense with the first attack, and decrease attack power afterwards with a 50% chance. Meh. Depending on the multiplier, meh. Attack the enemy, Massacre Dance, 3rd skill here. Attack the enemy 2 times to inflict damage that ignores all damage reduction effects. Okay, this is great against Meihao Wangs, right? And increase the damage by 10% each according to the number of beneficial or harmful effects granted on the target. So no matter if they have harmful or beneficial, you're going to do more damage to them. So interesting. So typically when you attack with a unit, a single target unit or any kind of attacker, you're going to try to set up defense break on a unit. So you're going to be getting most likely 10% increased damage against that unit. I think this is okay. Considering that it ignores all damage reduction effects, by Comtuous adding that, I don't think the multipliers for this particular unit is going to be absolutely insane, right? Boomerang Warrior attacks will also ignore all target beneficial effects when they attack together. Okay. Interesting. The second part of a lot of these skills, where it includes Boomerang Warrior with the Chakram Shaman, it's gonna be interesting to see how that works. I can't really grasp the whole idea of it right now until I see it in action, to be honest. But overall, okay, you know, the fire one still sounds the strongest to me. All right, Deva, the light Chakram Shaman. Basic skill is the same. Second skill is going to be Chakram Crush, just like Shayna here. The AoE stun, which is really nice. With this passive instead, inflict damage that ignores enemies to defense with a 25% chance when attacking the enemy under inability effects. So it's contingent on the, so it has a chance to ignore, kind of like how Faye ignores, but it's contingent on if they are under inability effects. So you're going to have to CC them before you do the defense break, because inability effects count as stuns, freezes, right? It doesn't count as harmful effects. So all right, it's pretty contingent, as well as it's kind of YOLO, because 25% chance after the fact that you put something under inability effects. Interesting. And how much damage are we really gonna do, right? We ignore defense, but how much is the multiplier for Chakram Crush, right? Is it an insane multiplier or is it not? Because if we ignore defense and the multipliers for Chakram Crush suck, we're not gonna do any damage, man. It's still not gonna do much damage, to be honest. So that's an interesting skill. We're gonna have to see how that plays out. Looks to be like that unit's also gonna be an attack type. A lot of these seem to be attack type units here. Belita, the dark unit here, skill 1's the same. Skill 2, spirit focus, just like the water one. It's gonna cleanse as well as get attack buff and instantly gain a turn after, which means you set up yourself, cleanse any of the harmful effects on yourself, gain another turn with attack buff, and you're going to use your third skill, which is going to be Moonlight Blow. Attack an enemy target 2 times to replace all the target's beneficial effects with continuous damage effects. It's like a single target Praha, like Predict the Future, right? But Predict the Future is AoE. This is single target. Predict the Future with skill ups is 90% chance to strip. This is 100% chance. Additionally, decrease the enemy's HP by 5% each, according to the number of continuous effects granted on the target. All right. So what does this mean? It's a single target, predict the future with a higher chance of landing. If you land it, you're gonna swap the beneficials for dots. When you swap for dots, depending on how many dots, this is so contingent. Depending on how many dots, you're gonna do additional damage right off the bat to the unit. So let's say the unit has 2 buffs because it's a Wusa buff their entire team, right? You're gonna go ahead and hit them with Moonlight Blow. You're gonna strip 2 buffs. You're gonna put 2 continuous damage effects onto the unit. You're gonna do 10% damage immediately to that unit, right? It says additionally decrease enemies HP by 5% according to the number of continuous effects granted on the target afterwards. So you strip 2. You put 2 dots, you do 10% damage, the unit gets a turn, they're gonna lose 10% more. So in essence, they lose 20%, right? I don't really see a unit having like 3 buffs too often. Most of the times it's 2. So you can kind of see this on average, stripping 2 buffs, putting two dots, doing 10% damage immediately. Right? Oh, dependent, yeah. Contingent for the other ones. I meant dependent. You're right. That's the right word I was looking for. Thank you, man. Boomerang Warrior would inflict continuous damage on the enemy for 1 turn when they attack together. Okay, so if you have them together now, you're gonna get extra dots. So maybe 3 dots now, 50% damage, and then 3 dots for 50% more. Interesting. All right, Wusa plus a shield set, that would be 3. That's right. That's true. If they have shield runes, that would be 3. So maybe 20% damage, right? So this is interesting. I feel the light and dark ones are okay. I expected them to be something crazier, right? So I guess now we can kind of maybe assume that these might be 4 stars. They don't sound, all the skills don't sound so crazy, Nat 5 crazy, unless they throw in leader skills for all of them, which maybe the person didn't data mine, right? We're not 100% sure yet. We're not even 100% sure if these are going to be the exact wordings and skills until it's finally released. But overall, Chakram Shamans, they seem pretty good. The one I'm most interested in, the one that's most feasible for people to obtain, right? Not the LD ones, the fire one is the one I'm looking out for with that AoE defense break in that passive. Let's move on to the sister here. I'm assuming the sister. Boomerang Warrior. Sabrina, the water one. Okay, so all of them gonna have this first skill here, returning boomerang. Attack the enemy to decrease defense for 1 turn with a 50% chance. Attack together with Chakram Shaman during her turn if she's included in the allied team. All right, so they attack together. So yeah, so it looks like anytime you use one, they're gonna go together. If you use the other, they're still gonna attack together. So you can expect. So actually, wait. If they attack together on each other's turn, do you think? They're just brainstorming here. Do you think Contuas will give them a lower multiplier on their skills or on their basic skills? because they're attacking so much. Because wouldn't that be so OP if Comptuous gave them decent multipliers on their skill 1, right? Because when you use Boomerang Warrior, you do this much damage because you and Chakram Shaman attack. And then Chakram Shaman's turn, you and the Boomerang Warrior go again. Like, so I don't think it's gonna be crazy multipliers on skill 1. That's my hunch on that. But it seems, yeah, okay. Okay, getting back to the skills here. Returning Boomerang. I like this skill a little bit better just for the fact that it ignores it puts defense break for 1 turn. I'm hoping that when you use the Boomerang Warrior though, Sabrina or any of the Boomerang Warriors attack first to put defense break before that, you know, Chakram Shaman comes in to do that additional damage. But let's move on to the second skill here. Attack the enemy 3 times to increase the defense 3 times. To increase the defense and attack power for 1 turn with a 50% chance each and disturb the HP recovery. Why is the wording weird on that? Okay, so you attack 3 times without skill ups. I don't know if it's gonna go up with skill ups. You have a 50% chance to land defense break and attack power debuff, right? 3 times you expect to land your debuffs most of the time. And the ending of the sentence says and disturb HP recovery, meaning that I guess it's a 100% chance when you use this skill, you're gonna put HP disturb. You know, before resistance check, of course. Okay, interesting. It's a good debuffer. A place I can see this unit already being used is gonna be in raids. Just for the fact that it has a lot of different debuffs, even though it's for 1 turn. Since it's a skill 2, I think it's pretty decent. And defense break on 1 turn. This is gonna be pretty nice. Question is though, are there gonna be certain Boomerang Warriors and Chakram Shamans that are gonna be good together in raids? That'd be very interesting to kind of look at. All right, passive here. Receive 35% less damage from enemies granted with beneficial effects. Okay, and inflict 35% more damage on enemies with no beneficial effects. Chakram Shaman will be granted the same effect if she's included on the allied team. Okay, what does this mean? When a unit buffs, let's say like Wusa, and they attack you now, you yourself will receive less damage. Okay, and enemies granted with inflict 35% more damage on enemies with no beneficial effects. So now when you strip your opponent and you attack them with Sabrina, you're gonna do more damage. Okay, this is interesting. I like the damage reduction, right? Part of the passive. The increased damage though doesn't mean much to me if the multipliers of this monster is crap. If you never build this monster as an attack type, because so far from what I saw, it seems to be more like a support type unit. So the increased damage doesn't really play a factor to me. 35% less damage is more intriguing to me than anything, to be honest. Maruna the Fire one. Boomerang Crush, attack. Okay, skill 1's the same, but Boomerang Crush, attack all enemies with a boomerang and stun them for 1 turn with a 50% chance. Okay. I like the Chakram Shaman more, right? Because attack all enemies 2 times, stun them with a 30% chance. Right? This one is attack the enemy 1 time, all of them 1 time, and stun them with a 50% chance. We'll see how skill ups play a factor into this second skill. Flame Drive, 3rd skill here from Maruna. Attack all enemies with a boomerang and stun them for 1 turn. So, oh, it has 2 AoE stuns. Interesting. The enemy target attacked by Chakram Shaman is guaranteed to be stunned when they attack together. So if you have them together, that guarantees a stun. It does. I guess it doesn't have to go through resistance check. Yeah, so that's interesting. That's actually very interesting. It's gonna be a big CC unit, Maruna. So obviously we can say already, it's gonna be potentially, maybe you can use it in TOA hard, right? As your hard CC unit with maybe a Chakram Shaman, maybe not. But interesting. I was thinking about ruining it on Despair, but now that I know that if you bring it with Chakram Shaman, you're gonna guaranteed stun on skill 3. Would you still ruin this on Despair? Zenobia, the Wind Boomerang Warrior here. Skill 1's the same. Spirit Focus removes all harmful effects, scratch out yourself, and increase your attack power for 2 turns. Wait. What? Spirit. Is that a mistake? That might be a mistake because right here, Belita has Spirit Focus. I thought that's a skill from the Chakram Shaman. Spirit Focus. Why does the Wind one have Spirit Focus? This might be a mistake. But if it's not a mistake, then I guess they're sharing the same skill. That's weird. That's really weird. I don't know if that's right or not. But if it is, then you're gonna have that Spirit Focus that cleanse with the attack buff and gain an instant turn, just like the Chakram Shaman. Vacuum Boomerang. This is the 3rd skill, though. This is the more important one. Attack the enemy to stun the target for 1 turn. Increase harmful effects granted on the enemy by 1 turn. Wait. Ah. Alright, so this looks to be like a raid unit if this Spirit Focus is wrong. If this is the skill that's actually on this unit, I don't really like it for raids. But with this skill, it's interesting. Actually, I don't know. Would you use this skill for raids? It does stun. You don't need stun for raids. I do like the fact, though, the only fact that's good about it is It increases the harmful effects granted on enemy by 1 turn. Yeah, I don't know. I think Hung Hua is still better for that, to be honest. So this would definitely be a TOA unit, right? Being able to stun, being able to increase those dots. But yeah, Chakram Shaman attack will increase the enemy's harmful effect by 1 turn each with a 50% chance when they attack together. Okay, now that I'm reading these more and more, I'm starting to feel like they're going to be Nat 4s, to be honest. So I think the assumption that we had earlier about them being Nat 4s and potentially the LDs being Nat 5s is probably more true now than ever. Okay, let's move into the last units here. Bailey, the light boomerang warrior, skill 1's the same. Skill 2, it says spirit focus again. I don't know if that's a mistake. Okay, so they have the same skill from both units. Okay, the cleanse with attack buff, interesting. All right, you're gonna cleanse attack buff and you're gonna get this 3rd skill, lightning flash. Attack all enemies to inflict damage as proportionate to your attack speed. Anything that's any skill that's proportionate to your attack speed is pretty good, right? Because you rune units pretty fast already to be speed tuned, and you're gonna get rewarded with more damage, so that's pretty nice. Increase your attack bar by 10% when you land a crit. Okay, you will get 40% attack bar or 30 depending if you're using Guild Wars or PvP. Okay, Chakram Shaman's attack bar will increase by 20% each when your attacks land as a crit hit. Oh, so you will increase the Chakram Shaman's attack bar by 60 or 80% if you can crit. So it looks like you're probably going to ruin this unit on crit rate slot 4 or 100% crit rate. Okay, interesting. It seems to be an attack type though. Anything with that spirit focus, in my opinion, is looking to be an attack type unit. So I'm really hoping that this lightning flash is a really big multiplier. So you could be potentially looking at a new solid AoE unit, you know? Upgrade from Sige and Tosi, I'm not sure. Because it scales off speed, that's huge. Martina, the dark one here. Returning boomerang's the same. Triple strike. Oh, triple strike's is similar to what the fire one had, I believe, right? No, the water one had. Attack 3 times, right? Attack, defense break, attack down with a 50% chance on each hit, and then a guaranteed chance to HP disturb before resistance check. And here's the most important skill, the passive. Steal 1 of the beneficial effects granted on the enemy with every attack. Sounds like a chilling. The damage will be increased by 50% each time, up to 3 times whenever this effect occurs. The stolen beneficial effects will also be granted on Chakram Shaman if she's included in the allied team. Okay. How OP is it gonna be? We're gonna have to see, because doesn't chilling always doesn't chilling strip skill 1 3 times with the 3 hits? This one only has a skill 2 that has 3 hits and a skill 1 with 1 hit. So we're gonna have to see how this pans out. The only benefit of this is I believe that it's 100% chance to strip. So that can be interesting, and you're gonna do more damage. Yeah. So overall, looking at all these units, we can see some sort of synergy between the Chakram Shaman, shared skills between the Boomerang Warrior and Chakram Shaman, synergy between them. We're gonna have to wait to see how these skills come out, if these are the exact skills for each unit, to kind of finalize our thoughts. But I can go ahead and probably assume to say with decent certainty that it's probably gonna be Nat 4s. Unless they have amazing base stats, like I said, and amazing leadership skills that haven't been shown yet. But overall, I'm excited for it, but I'm bummed out that there's no skills for Oblivion come to us. Yes, no skills for Oblivion. Let me know what you guys think about these units. Yeah, well, what are your thoughts on this? I'm sorry if I missed any of the questions in the chat here. Do you think the update's coming this week? Dark Legend, anytime they do this, the update usually comes out within a couple days, 3 to 5 days to be honest.
What's up fam, it's your boy Siri. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the Hana and look fly as heck doing it, check the description because we got some kind of new merch. Woo!